I am Dr. Shilpa Singal, consultant and fertility expert at Birla Fertility IVF. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic which comes to be an important part of the IVF treatment. We are talking about day 3 and day 5 embryos. Have you gone through an IVF cycle and have the embryos been made? Then your doctor would surely have discussed the probability of the embryos going up to day 5. Nowadays, all the IVF cycles, we are trying to achieve Blastocyst culture for all patients. This is because the success of embryo transfer depends on the grade of the embryos, and to achieve that grading, it is important that the embryo gets the proper potential of its growth. To look for the growth of embryo, we culture them either till day 3 and sometimes if possible till day 5. What day 5 embryo does and is different from day 3, let's understand that. So till day 3 the embryo is growing and it has reached an 8 cell stage. That is the time when the bare minimum effect of embryo has come up and embryo has a potential of giving up pregnancy for almost 50%. But when we further culture this embryo inside the lab, what we realize is that not all embryos progress to day 5 stage. Why does that occur? That occurs because the sperm activation occurs after day 3 and also the capacity of the embryo or the embryo quality is different for all embryos. Only the embryos that are good and healthy will progress to day 5 from day 3. So if the embryo stops growing after day 3, we know that this potential of this embryo to give a IVF pregnancy is very low. So to have that selection and to select an embryo that's actually progressing from day 3 to day 5 is important for us to select the best embryos. So wherever we have good number of embryos and we have the option of selecting the embryos, we should take the embryos to culture from day 3 of the ovum pickup to day 5. In these 2 days, we will be able to understand what is the quality of the embryos and hence select the best embryos for transfer. There are cases where the number of day 3 embryos are low. Say for example 2 or 3 embryos on day 3. Then we usually don't culture them to day 5 because then we will not have any good embryos to transfer. But the success of day 3 embryos is however low for the same reason that we don't know which quality embryo we are transferring. But success of a day 5 embryo is better because we are transferring an embryo which has shown better potential to grow and convert into a healthy pregnancy. Also, apart from this, blastocyst or day 5 is the stage at which the embryo starts implanting. A day 3 embryo has to grow and then move into a stage of implantation, which becomes a little difficult for the embryo. So, we have seen that success of a day 5 embryo, grade 1 embryo transferred into the womb of the mother gives a pregnancy in almost 80 to 90% of the cases. Having said that, we try to take all the embryos to day 5 for culturing. For this, it is important to have a good lab because a good lab culture will provide the right environment for the embryos to grow to a good grade 1 blastocyst. That is important and pertinent to a good result in IVF cycle. Hence, if you have a good lab and a good center, please request them for a day 5 embryo transfer. For all other queries or any such queries regarding IVF and its various procedures, feel free to contact us on our toll-free numbers or visit us at our OPD centers. Thank you.
Book a free consultation today.